Hi, Paul. How are you today?
Great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's so awesome to be back in the hostess seat. I love doing these, love meeting new PlannerDAO members. So catch us up. Really, we want to know how you got to be here with us at PlannerDAO today.
Sure. So I guess making a long journey short, right? Started my career in financial services in around about 2009, right on the heels of the great financial crisis. So there was a lot of distrust in traditional financial markets at the time. It was a very interesting time to sort of be diving in and navigating around this space. Occupy Wall Street was going on, all these crazy things. Luckily, my partner, Alexandra Renders, who's been in the industry for 36 years, really guided her clients through that time exceptionally well. And so it was a really interesting point to say, hey, if you actually can have a trusted person who understands these things, they can be a really good ally in this space when it comes to managing your money. So fast forward a little bit, got my MBA with a focus in sustainability and was like, great, how can we bring this sort of triple bottom line, people, profit, planet thinking into traditional financial markets, which was a challenge. And that's a whole conversation for another time. But we sort of figured some ways out internally. So around 2016 or so, I had always been, aware of Bitcoin, hadn't dived too deep into it. But 2016, I read the Ethereum white paper and was like, my mind was just blown, the idea of smart contracts and what can be enabled from those kinds of things. And it was like, wow, here is how, you really bring this more social, environmental focus into finance. Here's like the pathway to do that. So it was like all these wheels were spinning on, what we can do there. So I'd constantly been looking for ways like, how do we get our clients access to these types of markets? And so let's see, did a ton of research trying to figure out how we do it, because we are a SEC registered RIA in this space. And so it was like all these crazy rules and regulations. Finally found a group, Bit RIA, who was like a TAMP or a turnkey asset management platform. They provided the infrastructure, really that allowed us to provide these services to our clients, where we can build an SMA or a separately managed account, create a unique portfolio of a diversified group of digital assets, and get people invested in them, which was super exciting for us. So they actually introduced me to PlannerDAO. And since then, it's been really fun to see this whole space grow and this whole community really start to take off. And so, that leads me
it's
where I am today.
Amazing, right? Technology providing the solution for exactly what you're looking for. And Bitria, and there's a couple of other turnkey asset management solutions out there now, and finding the one that's right for your client. So the SMA was a really important piece for you, right?
Yep. It really just allowed us a way, because, there are those products that are on traditional markets, but they're super high fee. You don't have any tax advantages. And right now they're trading at steep discounts. So might not be the best. So this is a way to actually own the underlying asset. And I know, not your keys, not your coins, but when you look at all the different sort of security, everything is a spectrum, right? And to me, this solution kind of falls on the more secure than some other things.
More the cure. Yeah, exactly. So what are you working on and creating right now?
Sure. So we're still building out the SMA. We're trying to see how we can get new assets onboarded and really build out some of those strategies and make it more scalable. That's a big thing. We're looking at adding a research component to this space. We feel like we are pretty well versed in what's going on. I mean, this space develops so quickly and moves so fast that really nobody has any idea what's going on the bigger picture. But there are ways to specialize and stay abreast of everything that's happening. So,
well, someone was saying the other day that in 3 years, you want to be the person that has 3 years experience in the space.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, like you're the perfect example. You go back 2016, 2017, and you can already say, well, yeah, I've been in it for 5 years. And a few can say that today. So that in and of itself is a really amazing achievement.
And one of the main things that I am currently really deep diving into is how someone like me can offer on-chain solutions. And that is sort of like a crazy maze to navigate, but I'm going to keep exploring that.
Well, you're going to have to come back and talk to us about that, because definitely over the last month or so, that's what we're looking for. And it seems to be the unicorn of that managed solution that's on chain, right? Speaking of, so kind of rolling back to PlannerDAO here, and its membership and everybody leading through education and collaboration and innovation. So how do you feel you're contributing your superpowers to our growing community of leaders?
Right. So on one piece, it's having an SMA solution. So as new advisors get onboarded to this space, they know that there are other advisors out there who specialize in certain areas. So I, lend whatever expertise I can in that area. Education is always huge. There's a lot more I'd like to be doing with PlannerDAO currently, but I do have an 8-month-old at home who has been taking up a lot of time. So unfortunately, my resources are thin, but I'm all about the educational piece. Love doing webinars on this kind of stuff and just having conversations. I find one of the best ways to learn is to just sit down with someone, have that one-on-one conversation and really go through, what are the issues? What are the blocks? What do you need more clarity on? What makes sense? What doesn't make sense? And just going through all of that. So
yeah, what are you actually doing with this in real life and running through those scenarios? Because each one of them has different pieces to it. Yeah, I totally agree with that. So what is one person, tool, or insight that you're searching for right now? In other words, who can we send in your direction?
Right. So I guess two different avenues. One is any resources to help further explore these on-chain solutions is definitely something I'm looking for. And then the other is advisors in the space who, know that or might be getting demand from their clients, but, might not know the landscape as well and are looking for someone who does. So I'm your guy.
Awesome. That's so awesome. Now, this is like the question, right? And since you've got a little one at home, you're probably thinking estate planning and college and all of that stuff. Now I find that new parents are always, suddenly there's a switch, right? A flip. And it's like, you've found blockchain and crypto, and now you're thinking legacy planning and all the rest of it. Where do you see this space in 5 years or 10 or 15 or 20, whatever, however you want to tackle the question, and why are you excited to be part of it?
Yeah, so I'm super excited about what the future holds, because I really do feel that this technology is an unlock for society at large, that it essentially, regardless of all the speculation and the financial piece, which really is just a small piece of what this technology enables, but it's more a global coordination tool. And it allows us as people to organize around ideas and govern and participate in ways that we just haven't been able to at scale. And so that's what I'm most excited for, is to see how these things evolve, because here's a new tool that allows humanity to do who knows what, just all these different ways to organize and coordinate around different goals and ideas and experiments, all things that can push us forward as a society. And so when I sort of look at, the landscape out there, there's, two paths, right? The Star Trek path, which is arguably the crypto path, right? Or the return to like feudal lords and serfdom. So I'm hoping that we go down this crypto path, right? Where it's all about
fork in the right direction.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome, Paul. It was so wonderful getting to know you today. Thank you so much, and can't wait to feature a webinar with you in the DAO when you are wanting and ready to do that. Brandon Media, we're always looking for members that are like, yeah, we want to teach about something, and these interviews, just getting to know people and what they're excited about, what their experiences are, allow us to like put the pin in the board and say, oh, that's somebody that we can bring back, and they can, do a larger training session or workshop or what have you.
Awesome.
So you're going to get a DM from me. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you very, very soon.
Thanks.